Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to Godlike Statues, where we do live unboxings and reviews. Man, this weekend just flew by. When you're having fun, it just doesn't last. It just doesn't last. But it's great to see everybody coming in and the panel in the chat. It was pretty relaxing. I think I talked to Alan for a little bit today too, and Matt. And I know we got some new pickups, and Matt, I'll let you talk about that here in a minute. Which I kind of admit I'm pretty jealous about that, but we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, what you ended up getting. But it's great to see everybody here. FBJ, I know you're excited. The Knicks are going to the. They're going, man. There was the Eastern Conference Championship, so I wish them well. Hope they do well. How are you doing? Good to see you.
I'm doing great. Knicks fan for 35 years. I've been
Oh,
watching
wow.
Say
since.
it's been a while. It's
I,
been a while.
yeah, they haven't won a championship in my lifetime. I've been watching since the 90s, the Jordan era, the Patrick
Oh yeah,
Ewings, the
that was
Starks. Those were my Knicks with the battle of the Heat and the Pacers. And
those playoff games were the
yes,
best.
yes,
Between the Knicks, you had Bulls Knicks, and then
yes,
Bulls Pacers were always good too. Pacers
yes.
Pacers Knicks,
Yeah.
Pacers Knicks with Reggie Miller.
Yep. At
You know,
Boston. Oh, gosh, I hate them.
Boston. Yeah,
The
yeah.
Heat, and the last time that the Knicks went to the finals, that I remember, I literally watched like every game. I'm a huge basketball fanatic. Is when they were the eighth seed, and they went all the way to the finals, and I was like, oh, we're finally gonna win one. We didn't win. So that was the last. I think it was 1999, I believe it
It was
was.
99 because it was against the Spurs.
Yes, and we got mopped, So I didn't think they were gonna win, but I was hopeful. So I'm excited that they've moved on. I believe that they're gonna get to the finals. Will they win those two Western against the two Western teams? I don't know. I didn't even think the Boston was gonna win last year, right, against those teams. So I'm hopeful. So I'm happy and excited. I watched with my family yesterday. Not yesterday, Friday. Part of the reason why I wasn't on. It's a family thing. We're a sports family, so I'm excited. And I know it's not statue talk, but I love sports, man, and that also gives me joy.
Yeah.
Well,
So
speaking of
yeah,
that, now I showed. I'm first and foremost. I can't get into this today's NBA because I think it's too soft. Because I grew up, 90s,
I
80s.
agree. I
And
agree.
then I showed our kids what we were watching ESPN. We're big ESPN, but the 30 for 30 about the Pistons back in the
The
day
bad
and
boys,
how
yeah,
when they came out with the Jordan rules, like, hey, if he leaves the
Mhm.
floor, you knock him out of the half.
clothesline
I was
them.
like, this is the NBA that I grew up with, where they would. I mean, it was like, they would knock you down, and like it wasn't even
Yeah.
a foul. It wasn't.
Right,
Hey, that's not a foul.
right,
Now LeBron's done ruined it. Sorry,
yeah,
LeBron's done ruined it. You know what
yep,
I'm saying?
yeah.
And stuff like that. Everything's technical at this point. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
I give it credit because this year, which I think Adam Silver, the commissioner, did make
Yeah,
it and a point to make it a little bit more physical in the playoffs. Because anybody who's watched the playoffs, this playoffs, it's been incredibly physical. There's
that's
been a lot
good.
of game sevens, game sixes. It's been very, very physical. And if you watch the next game, you see what I'm talking about. So this feels almost like the '90s ball, and I'm now sucked back in because I've kind of slacked off a little bit, but so now I'm sucked back in. So I'm
Right.
excited for that. Yeah, it's been great.
Well, I knew you'd be excited, Freddie. Thanks for being here. It's great to see you. Mr. Matt Martin, you called me yesterday,
I had to
and
get your opinion. I had to get advice.
and we kind of talked through it a little bit, whatever. But first of all, it's great to see you. But can you tell us what you ended up picking up this weekend?
Okay, so on Friday, I'd been kind of chatting with this person for about a month and a half, and saying,
Okay.
"Hey, what's your best offer?" Da da da. Well,
Yeah.
hey, I'm not coming off this, and I'm like, okay, hey, I respect that, but hey, just let me know, da da da.
Yeah.
And then we're on Friday's show, and we're all just chatting it up, talking about statues. And I said, let me just message this guy, just see where he's at,
Yeah.
and and I said, hey, let's do it, this whatever. And then, with respect, show ended. I went to bed, what I'm saying, da da da.
Yep.
Woke up the next morning, said, it's a go. So then I called Jimmy. I said, you awake? Because I was like, I don't want to call him too early. I was like, you awake? He called me. He was like, I was like, hey, is this a good deal? You know, da da da. He was like, yeah, man, I take it. You got to get paid. I was like, yeah, I know. Ethan wrote. I sent Jimmy the picture. He was like, take it, Matt. He was like, take it. And so a big chap, 1/3 wall will be coming this week.
Wow, that's a good one, man.
So,
that's a good one. So
Nice.
I got to admit, that's one that's on my list. Look, there's a spot right here, Alan.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Zach?
This
Yep.
statue's huge.
Yeah, you don't when you see the review, Freddie, you really know how big it is because it's just crazy big. But it's going to go right here, and Ripley's going to go next to him. So
on the other side, kind of like
Well, I'm going to put him here, and Ripley's going to be in front of him here.
I'm going to try that so you can see how that looks. I was talking to Alan about it.
Oh,
today.
okay.
He was like, yeah, get you a little black, something not noticeable, like 4 inches,
Right.
and, post it up and just to play games, just to see,
Sure.
What it'll look like.
That'd be
and
nice.
Stuff like that.
I'm excited for you, Matt. Congrats. And Jimmy,
Yeah.
man, great piece. One day I'll have Aliens piece.
And then we got the Mythos unboxing this week. So it still says Tuesday. I'll check it, and then we'll kind of decide as a group, like, hey, who all can be, saying, on what night to do it, type thing. But probably, I'll ask my wife, but probably Wednesday would probably be the best.
Wednesday. Okay.
But I'll ask my wife, of course.
Okay. So Wednesday.
Nothing set in stone yet.
Just let me know. I've got everything ready to go for it. So we're almost there. YouTube's ready for the week. So we're good. Congrats, Matt. That's a great one. Man, I'm on the look. I feel like we've all been on a tear lately of just what we've been getting because there's been a lot of stuff coming in. So I was telling myself the other day, I was like, man, I got to slow down just a little bit. But then I'm like, okay, as soon as I locked down the Aliens bus, I was already picking up the next one. I was looking for the next one. So,
and then with this week, I was talking to Alan earlier today. We got JazzInc. We got JazzInc popping.
There's a lot of enabling going on around here, man.
We got JazzInc popping up. I called Alan and I said, hey, I've never owned any of their pieces, but I've seen them, And I said, is it worth it? He said, Matt, it's absolutely worth it. He said, and when I was reading the description, like I was telling Alan, how they said they paid to have it 3D scanned. And then they said, look, the paint's not going to be perfect. It's going to have wear and tear on the paint. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I was like, because I don't want it to be perfect. I don't want it to be all perfect and shiny.
Yeah.
I want it to be like, it just came from, hey, it's in the Bat Cave. It just came out from a run, you know what I'm saying? So they had me on that. And then Alan mentioned, of course, JazzInc says the first, they haven't set a number, but it comes with a figure to go into the vehicle, and how Alan, I think, said the insides light up, the screens, everything. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I'm hyped for that too, Matt. I don't know if Battle Cat's in the chat, man, but he hit me up. Was like, yo, what's up? Did you see it? I said, yeah. It just he was like, which one are you getting? And I seen them both, man. I'm in for both.
You're in for both. Okay.
I got it. Yeah, because I want the camo and I want the original.
Well, you could get the 6-scale Bane Hot Toys and do him standing up on the camo like he.
Yeah, that's what I have the vision of doing. Yeah, having the camo.
Matt,
I'm screwed, man.
You're throwing gasoline on the fire with Freddie.
I'm screwed. I'm screwed. What I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna put it down on the camo first, and then eventually make my way to the original Tumbler. So I really want the camo version.
You think the camo's which you think is gonna sell out quicker, the camo?
I don't think. Well, probably the original, because I don't think a lot of people are really fans of the camo.
I don't think, not to say it in a bad way. I think more people, if they're picking one, they're gonna go with the OG. You know what I'm saying? Type thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some measuring tonight. I'm not sure why, but we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. And an idea I had when I was after I was talking to Matt and Alan's. Well, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But Alan, it's great to see you. Thanks for the call today. I mean, we were going through things and kind of talking about what we're going to be doing over here. But here's my temporary shelf, Alan. It's all set up. It's done. I'll show some pictures here in just in a second. But the last shelving, Alan, it was kind of rickety. It was kind of moving back and forth when I'd shake it. Like, I'm like, you know what? Nah, I think we're gonna change this out. So I did, and it made it a breeze with the lift that we'll talk a little bit about tonight too. But I got things switched over. It does sit a little bit taller, but it's a temporary home, and it'll just be here until our new Moducases come through. But I was measuring it out today, and I've got almost 80 inches to the wall to about over here. I even have more, but I gave myself some gap room here for the pedestal with the dog alien will be on. So that's kind of what I measured out. But yeah, temporary home for now, and we'll kind of go through it and kind of see how that pans out.
I feel like I've been talking to you guys all day. I was talking to Jimmy, I was talking to Matt, I was talking to Alex. I'm like, well, okay, where's Freddie? I'm waiting on Freddie to call.
I don't want no enabling from you, man.
We won't leave him alone. We're all,
well, I called Alan. I said, the first, I was like, all right, give me the story on this JazzInc. I know you have some stuff. Is it really legit, as people say? He was like, absolutely, Matt. He was like, absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
So Matt and Alan are my travel buddies too. So when I'm traveling, I'm calling them as well. Battlecat as well. I'm on the phone with them as we're collecting and working. We're doing both as we're working throughout the day. It's great to see everybody here. Alan's like, man, stop calling me Jimmy. It's enough already. So
no, it's fine. It's cool.
It's great to see everybody here. Dinesh, great to see you, man. Thanks for being here. And I caught some of your pictures you posted, man. Your collection is really coming together. It looks really nice. A big supporter of the channel. Terry, great to see you, man. Thanks for being here. The artist has arrived, and he was sharing some of his work with me today as he was going through. And man, he's got some amazing talent to make portraits like that. It's just so incredible. So I look forward to his final work. Jim, great to see you, sir. Thank you for being here. Hulk smash that like button for me. I would really appreciate that. And then Dion, I got some of your pictures on deck. We're going to talk a little bit about that. He's been very active in the community this week, and
him earlier because he posted the weaponette. He got both of them.
Yep.
And I said, well, who made the other one? I like the other one. He said ATF, and man, that thing just looks awesome. It just looks awesome, type thing like that,
Yeah, it's definitely a great one. It's big, just so you're aware of it. Like, it's really, really big. Well, I remember that just coming out a while back.
Which one's bigger? Can you answer the question? Height-wise, which one's bigger, Cole?
I can tell you it's going to be the ATF one. I mean,
the ATF is taller.
ATF, it's huge.
Fan art one, yeah. It's that thing is enormous. Like, it's really, really big. But
is anybody, if anybody's got connections with ATF that can get me one, I'm down. So ATF, if you got one laying around, I'm down. So, hook up your boy.
Yeah, Dion, hook me up, man.
Yeah.
No, Dion's gonna sell that piece eventually. You got to. Come on.
I think you got. Hey Matt, I think you got a message. That was for you. Okay, so let me go through here real quick. Here, yeah, great to see everybody here. Great to see you, sir. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you very much, Lex. Great to see you. You can't have a show unless Mr. Kramer is here. Doing well, sir. Thank you all for being here. And there's so many people still coming in. Statue Kingdom, another great collector, man. Thank you for being here. Man, don't get me started. Don't get me started because I need to talk to Freddie about that too. Congrats, man. It's great for sure. Yeah, that's going to be a great piece coming through. Johnny, great to see you, sir. And everyday collector John, great to see you. Thanks for being here. Everybody's still coming in. Oh, my man, Casual, great to see you, man. Thank you for coming in. Great to see you. Another great channel. Great coming through here real quick. Great to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Everybody's still coming in. Thank you all for showing up this evening on this great Sunday. It's been a pretty active weekend. There was a few things that happened that I did want to share. So let me bring some of this stuff up here and we'll talk through it, whatever.
Alan, one step forward, two steps back, man. Hot Toys. That's all I gotta say.
And that does happen.
I know.
They put out some bangers recently. I couldn't help.
What? You got more?
That
You
Darth
got more?
Vader one is killer.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me share this real quick. Dion had sent me a message, and he said, because he asked me about the monitors, Matt. I think Darren had mentioned too online that his were red, and some of them were red, but they weren't blue like how mine was and yours was. Well, I didn't know this, but Prime One had put out a file to where you can just download the red version or the blue version.
Mm. Oh,
And,
cool.
yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. They never mentioned that, not that I've ever seen. So you can take the file and upload it and make the monitors red or blue, wherever you.
I like them blue. I like them blue.
Wow.
Yeah, same.
Nice.
Same. It was just I just didn't know that, and Dion had messaged me. He had said, "Hey, I was like, did you have to do some settings or how did that?" I said, "I didn't do anything. I just plugged them in. I'm kind of like throwing back to why you would have to download a file to do it, but this is from Prime One, so you could either go blue or you can go red, either one. So that's kind of cool how you can do that. It's a different option.
And I'm sure they'll probably come out with like updates, kind of, oh, hey, now
Yep.
here's a new update for your screens or, whatever.
That'd be really cool, actually. That'd be really cool. It'd be awesome to have the Prime One event playing in the background or having
that'd be cool.
Yeah, have some of the Batman movies being played. That's really cool. So I look forward to seeing somebody doing something like that. And I know the SD cards are available. I'm going to make a file. I just haven't done it yet.
So can you put individual on the individual screens, like one different one, or when you upload it, it just goes onto all of them, that one thing?
No, each screen is its own identity.
Wow.
Yep.
That's cool.
So the way they did that, they engineered things. It's just really good. They've done a great job with that, and I've never seen anything quite like this and how they did this and how they laid it out. You got to give it up to Prime One. They have done a great job with that piece, and I look forward to seeing what they do next. Alan, can you imagine the engineering on Mr. Freeze and what they're going to do with that? And man, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm actually. Yeah, I'm anxious to see that one myself. I don't do comic pieces too much anymore, but I might make an exception for that one.
Okay. Yeah. I need to see more, of course, and I think that's one on my maybe list is Mr. Freeze. But I was talking to you today, Alan. The Berserk bust is still high priority. I'm not a bust collector. I'm not, man, but it's just one that I want. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. We're getting more busts keep coming in though for some reason. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Anyways, but it just keeps happening. But
soon you're gonna have more busts than you have fingers on each hand, man. I'm telling you.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? It's a possibility too. It really is. But I look forward to that and seeing what else is coming in. But yeah, great piece from Prime One. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next with that. I do know that someone's messaging me. A bunch of Facebook user messages. Hello, I'll get back with you. I did see this today too. I knew this was going to happen over a month ago, but I look forward to seeing what XM actually comes out and says. When I was talking to Ben, one-on-one, he had mentioned to me that they'll have an update in May. So this is going to be the update they're going to be doing and talking about. I look forward to it and seeing what they end up, announcing or saying, or they need something. They need some type of direction for the community to go by, because there hasn't been updates. There hasn't been new pre-orders. They haven't released their old pre-orders. There's just hasn't been any kind of communication. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they end up doing here and what they end up planning out. But yeah, they should have an update pretty soon here. I'm looking forward to seeing the interview too. I did have a question for the panel as well. When you're set up your displays, Do you prefer spotlights? Do you prefer puck lighting? Do you prefer LED lighting? Do you prefer bright white, warm lighting? Does it matter to you? Somebody asked me the other day, and I went back and looked at my Moducases and exactly what I had did, and I kind of actually just did a screenshot and say, hey, this is what I did with mine. I look forward to seeing what you do with yours. Freddie, I'll start with you. I mean,
Mhm.
what do you prefer? Does it matter to you, or does that mean
It
anything?
100% matters. I prefer strip lights because I rather have a light box. I rather have the the space in just how basically how it is behind me. I rather have a light box. Just with the strips, it just has the light all up in there. But I really do like spotlights, and it depends on the pieces. Because look at Allen's, right? I love that kind of museum ish feel with the shadows on the background and stuff. So, but overall, I prefer the the strips, and the lights have to be basically cool. I don't like warm lights at all. I'm not a fan of warm lights.
Okay.
That I can't take. All my stuff has to be cool. Uh, I mean, that's about it. Yeah, pretty simple. For me.
Yeah, Matt, what do you usually do? Like, does that matter to you? Like how the lighting is set, or do
Well,
you?
I mean, lighting the light. I think we were talking about. I was talking about this with Alan even today. It's like,
Yeah,
look, these people, not all, and they spend all this money on statues, which is hell. That's what we do. I mean, let's be honest. But then
yeah,
they spend $5 on lighting. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, look, okay, you want it to look the best you can, of course. Like right now, I got lights in here, and then in the corners, it's got a little warm, a light built in the corners where it comes on. But now moving forward, going with the Moducases, so I picked the white background like Freddie's got,
yep,
and then the LED strip lights. But now that being said, Alan's spotlights look awesome, but he
Yeah.
done bought every one up. He bought the whole inventory, so nobody's getting those. So we got the next best thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, Alan, you have a different setup than most, or whatnot. But is there a reason why you chose spotlights, or do you prefer one more than the other?
You're muted, Alan.
You're muted, Alan. Uh-oh.
Just StreamYard one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
StreamYard mute. I can't hear you. Muted from StreamYard.
Here, let me see if I can unmute him. Let's see.
No, I don't think you can unmute him.
Your guest has chosen to mute
Oh,
themselves.
better?
Okay, there you go.
There you go. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
All right.
You know me and technology. We don't get along that well.
It's all right. It's all right. It happens. So,
Okay, so basically, I started this journey about like 14 years ago.
yeah.
And when I designed that cabinet behind me, I come from a art director, creative director background.
hmm
Yeah, so I've had to do like a lot of design a lot of photo shoots, uh, indoor and outdoor, a lot of studio lighting. So that being said, I've worked with photographers setting up studio lighting. So when I did this, I wanted to have that same control.
Okay.
So I searched and searched, and I finally found a company that produced a mini track lighting system. So it's literally like a track lighting that you would put up in your living room, except it's much smaller. It's designed for MR11 track heads and LED bulbs. And then, of course, I wanted the bulbs to be dimmable. So then that made it even a little bit more difficult. And I was talking to Jimmy today. I must have spent like, I don't even want to say over $1,000 just testing different
Wow.
bulbs with different transformers and different this, and until I finally found something that was compatible. And then once I found what was going to work, I ordered the first batch in, And then the company contacted me and let me know that everything was going to be discontinued very soon. So I asked for a list of all of their current inventory, and they sent me the list. I bought everything.
Wow.
I bought like I don't know, over 100. Oh my god, like maybe 200 feet of track.
Wow.
8-foot sections, and all the corner pieces, and all the live ends, and all the track heads, and I bought it all, and because I knew I was going to be building more display cases, so so people say, hey, where can I get that? I'm like, dude, I'm really sorry, but there's nothing like that available any longer. But if I had to do it all over again, I like LEDs. I like it to be able to dim the LEDs. I like some kind of a system that's modular, that I can move the lighting source from here to there, to pinpoint how I want things lit up. So I like it to be versatile. I don't like just flip a switch and it's one light that comes on.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Yeah. So, I'm really fussy when it comes to that. But, I lucked out and found what I needed. But if I was trying to do it again today, oh my God, I would probably drive myself nuts.
Well, Dion's talking about right here, and Alan Setups inspired me to buy some Moducases. Should be here this week. And look, when I met Alan, I was talking with him. We got along great, but I could not stop staring at how things were displayed. And I looked at my own stuff, and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm gonna do something else. Like, I stopped buying muscle racks. I stopped buying strips. I stopped buying all that stuff. I just went straight to Moducases, and Brian will be joining us very soon. And from Moducases, and he's going to be talking about the actual Moducases and how it works. And these are bespoke, Alan. So these aren't the ones you can just buy off the rack. I went custom because of the predators and the larger pieces can go underneath, and that's exactly how these larger pieces fit in here. The tops are a little bit smaller, but their team is amazing there, and they'll work with you and build anything that you basically want. They can do it. And they've helped me out a lot. I prefer spotlights. I prefer the more brighter lights. They have warm lights, but I prefer the more brighter ones, LEDs. And I wish mine were dimmable like Alan's are, but they're not. But for me, spotlights are the way to go. And I'll tell you why I feel that way. It doesn't, again, these opinions are only ours. It doesn't mean that it's right or it's wrong. Okay. So this is just what we prefer. But I personally prefer it because it gives more of a museum look. And it highlights certain areas of the statue. And I really love that a lot. The reason I went with a darker background, see, like Freddie has, the bright white. Matt's going with the bright white. I went with the dark black because, to me, it has that almost shadowy museum look when you walk in here, and that's what I really love, and that's what I'll continue to do. But there's so many options for you to to go through. I literally had to buy. I bought several muscle racks. I bought tools. I bought just different things that I was trying to figure this out. And at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I am going to stop doing this, and I'm going to buy Moducases. And that's what I did. And I've been happier ever since.
Well, it's a great option. I think they look great.
I would say this, and with respect, it's just my opinion. So, but let's say on average, let's say X person, let's just say buys, let's just say maybe 8 statues a year. Okay. And then that person, not to say it in a bad way, but doesn't spend a lot of money on the display. Okay. I would even say, why not buy 6 statues a year, invest in the display, and it'll all look better. You know what I'm saying? It'll start to connect and click. You know what I'm saying? Rather than, because my famous saying is, you can have a Van Gogh, but if it looks like crap or cluttered, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Da da da. You know, so that's just where my brain's at, especially, you know, I mean, you know, Alan's got his display, you know, Jimmy's getting the Moducase out, Freddie's Moducased out, and you know, with the Moducases, Jimmy and Freddie both say, hey, it's night and day. You know, same things I took out, now I'm putting it in the Moducase and it just looks night and day better. You know, so I would just say, as from a collector's point of opinion, just something to think about for people that's like, oh, but I want to get as many statues as I can. Yeah, that's great, but why not buy fewer statues and have it look amazing rather than, hey, you know, it's just cluttered a little bit, you know what I'm saying, type thing like that.
Yeah, that was the same thing with me, Matt. When I was halfway into my collecting journey before I displayed any of that stuff, I bought a lot of things. I paused for when I found out about Moducases and I researched everything. I just paused in my buying of statues and, you know, hot toys and comics and all this stuff. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to invest in Moducases, and whatever the amount was, you know, X thousands or whatever, I saved and said, look, I'll stop buying the stuff, allocate that money, and just, you know, invest in a display, because I'd rather have that display when it's finally set up, albeit if I don't have a lot of pieces up at the moment, you know, and I can put it in there because it, you know, I don't want to have clutter, right? And I want my pieces, you know, to really be, I want it to like shine and pop, you know, I don't want it to be hidden among, you know, the regular light, you know, that I'd have in an office or a room and just have them there. And yeah, it looks nice. And I'm not knocking anybody for doing that. But, you know, I wanted my pieces to pop like if I went to a museum. Because when you go to museums, pieces are not just in just one particular space and it's just there. They'll either have them in a box, depending on where it is, you know, what it is. You go into the ancient museum part, ancient Egypt part, they may have it in a box with a light box like Moducases. You go somewhere else, you'll see pieces on spotlights. You go in the art area, you'll see the arts with the lights, with the spotlights pointed on it, right? But there's different light setups. You don't just see it in a room, in a museum, just here are the pieces laid out. No, right? So,
I mean, I saw this comment from Edwin. He's talking about Moducase 6 months out, by then the collection shifted. But this is what you have to think about, is that when you're building these and designing them, you have to future-proof them. That was my mentality going in, is that I wanted to make sure that whatever I bought, anything can go in there. Like or 90% of it can go in there. And that was my whole mindset. I mean, you can't really tell from here, but this case covers the whole wall. It covers the whole wall. There's an area here to open the closet, but that's it. So it's pretty big. Over here, there's going to be another one that won't be as big, but it'll actually put what I want here, and it's going to be dedicated to Alien Predator. For now, I think that's the way I'm going, anyways. But I mean, that's the way you have to look at it. I mean, that's what I did.
You know, to answer Edwin too, Moduspace, I agree, Dion. Moduspace now, they've partnered with a lot of vendors now, and a couple of those vendors do have Moducases in stock. I mean, if you're going bespoke and you're trying to customize it, that's a different story, right? But certain vendors now, they'll have it in stock to a point where, hey, if I wanted a Moducase Max 140 or something like that, if you see the vendor, they'll have it in stock now, you know. So Moduspace have been sending them out to vendors, where for most of us, I don't know if Dion did the same thing, where you wake up today like, you know what, I just want a couple of Moducases. You hit up a couple of vendors, some of them we know, and they'll say, yeah, we have it in stock right now, ready to ship, you know, and you can actually get it. And with Dion's point too, you can change your direction, right? Because if I just wanted to do bust now, you know, and do completely 1/3, it's not hard to just switch that up and change it. And because that's what spaces are, they're modular. You can fix it and rearrange it. It's not as hard as you would think to change it if you have a different direction going forward.
I recommend anybody, if you're on the fence about things, message Brian Wong from Moducase. He's a CEO. And you talk about the nicest guy you ever want to.
I mean, like Jimmy, to Jimmy's credit, he put us on a group chat, me, him, and like from the get-go, Brian was like, hey, nice to meet you, Matt. Hey, and just like, hey, I'm thinking about it. I love your product. I know Jimmy and Freddie love your product. It's like, oh, thank you. He's very just off the bat, how you get a vibe of some people, like off the bat, first impressions, I was like, man, this guy is like, he's legit. He really cares about, satisfying the customer and, customer service part of it,
Yeah. I think, Matt, I think I messaged him one night and I felt terrible because he's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm just waking up. I felt terrible. I was like, man, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to do this here. I'm having some issues. And his response was this: you spent a lot of money on this, and I want to make sure you get taken care of properly. And I said, man, thank you for that. And he took care of me and got things set up. So I really did appreciate that. So Brian will be joining us very soon, and we'll talk about Moducases and also some of the designs he's got and what he's done in the past. So I know he's working on some really cool stuff right now too. So let me bring this up. This was me today. I'll send this picture to Alan too. This was me today working this out and getting this together. So on the right is the old shelving.
Okay.
To the left is the new one. So what did I do? I put the lift between both of them and I lifted it up and I slid it onto the lift and then I slid it onto the other one and just pull the old one out and disassemble it, and I didn't have to lift anything.
That's good.
Which is great. Yeah. So let me tell you, it's big and it's very heavy, but it's nice when you don't have to lift it. Like you can just kind of slide it where you need to go. And that saved my back, and it's just great to have this option.
Matt got kids. Matt just calls them and be like, yo.
Yeah, I'll be like, look, I need you to get over here.
Yep.
Yeah. The biggest one, he lives right down the road. I said, look, I need your ass over here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Get over here. You know what I'm saying?
The joy of kids, man.
Yeah. Well, me moving these around and getting them all to where they need to be at. I put a link to the lift if you're interested in one in Godlike today. It saved my back. I can't tell you how many times, but it's nice because it's a very small footprint of a cart. It looks like a little cart, but it's very small. But it lifts 320 pounds, and it can scissor lift up to 50 plus inches. I think, Alan, 52 inches.
52.
Very useful.
Okay, so instead of picking something up to the next shelf or putting it somewhere, when you assemble it on there and move it to where you want, you just roll it over there, crank it up on the hydraulic, and put it where it's got to go. So,
I'm gonna tell you this, Jimmy. The top, I know right there, it's not as high, but if you have display cases like Alan and me and you, it's a pain to get those big statues to the top one. I don't want to do it. It's a pain. So that lift is a great idea, man.
Yeah, I think I'll definitely get that when the Moducases get set up. Just get that, and like I say, you just jack it up to the shelf you want it on, and then boom.
What's really nice is, Matt, when you're jacking this up, it goes up in just like increments. But when if you go past the shelf where it's got to go, you can use the lever to shimmy it down to exactly where it needs to be.
Oh, that's cool. Just slide.
Yeah, just slide it over. It's super easy to move heavy pieces. So I definitely recommend it to anybody. This is it's a great pickup for me.
Yeah,
and I'll definitely be utilizing it more and more. I don't know how I'd ever.
And even if you don't think a piece is that heavy, because some of us, man, even if the piece is medium, because you don't want to break it, you don't want to mess up, and it slips out your hand. If it's even somewhat like weighty, just to get it on that top shelf, it's nerve wracking because you don't want to make the wrong move. So just having a lift to get it in a position where you could just lightly put it in a case makes a world of a difference.
I mean, it really does. It makes a big difference. Let me bring this up because Matt talked about it too. But Dion posted this today in the group. It looks like he's got Weapon X Sideshow and he's got the fan art piece as well. Man, seeing them together is just awesome. I remember this one. I mean, the fan art piece was like 2K plus, I think, whatever. But it's really, really big. I mean, the tubing and the canister, it's just enormous. Alan, you've seen this one in person, correct?
I have. It's
Okay.
very big.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's really
my
big.
first impression was it was like 3 feet tall. I mean, it's big,
It's really big.
but it is really impressive.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, this is a very impressive piece, and I've known about it for over 3.5 years. When they were designing it, getting it ready, I even did some of the trailers for this piece too when it was coming out. I worked on video editing for it. I just really love it. It's a great piece. But congrats to Dion for picking this up, man. You can't go wrong if you love Weapon X. He's got both of them, Alan. He's got both of them.
Yeah,
So it
that's
looks
amazing.
great.
let me ask Dion, like the custom, the ATF one, does it just come out of the box like that, or did you have to like assemble stuff in the tube, or is it just like intact and then?
So I know for a fact is that the the tube does come out, but there's a big huge bolt that screws him into the top of it with all the cables. So you add that to it as you go in. So you take that and then I think you just lower it into the
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
yeah. Yeah, that's right. That I do recall that you have to assemble it upside down. I do recall that. So man, this piece is just fantastic, and seeing them both together, that's like best of both worlds. Like I have to say, the fan art piece is still superior, even though I love the sideshow one. I think it's great, but it's so hard to beat that. That fan art piece is just so great how they did that. Man, looks good. Congrats to Dion for picking this one up, and I know that it's gonna look great in your collection. Congratulations, looks great. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Looks good. Let me bring this up here too. I know we're getting. Oh, okay, yeah. So Alan, this was posted today by a collector, and now I think we all talked about it already too. But he's one of the first ones to have some of the first batches, in hand.
I think I made a comment in our private chat about this.
Yes, yes. So
I won't repeat it on air.
I know, but I don't know why, but I feel like whoever picks this, like whoever the first shipments, I feel like they always take pictures with a 1997 flip phone.
Dude,
I don't know why.
It's unbelievable. The first, I'm going to jump in because this just really riled me up.
Okay.
It never fails that the first person that gets the statue,
right,
doesn't know what the hell they're doing with a camera or lighting or anything. And when I first looked at it, I'm like, what, did they do this in black and white? It's like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
And it's like, and then of course, when collectors see it, everybody chimes in. Well, what the hell happened with Prime One? What happened to the paint job? It looks horrible. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, no. I'm not going to fall into that. Because I saw the assembly line. Was it maybe about 3-4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Right. They did a quick picture of some of the assembly line. Yeah. And you could see the reds and the colors.
Right.
And it looked really amazing. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Because I have this piece on order. And as soon as I see someone post things like this, I'm like, oh, hell, maybe I made a mistake. So I went back and I looked at some of the YouTubes.
Yeah.
And the one that especially hit me was one that Cisco had done.
Yep.
In depth, right up close, in color, nice lighting. And I'm like, yeah, that's the piece I ordered. And yeah, I am still going to get it. I'm super pumped for it. I know that it's going to be great. And I just wish people would, take decent pictures.
Yeah, and I mean, look, B said it here, 51. There's only 4 picks, and he's right. I think the issue is when they post these pictures, it's with the lighting's bad or an older phone or whatever. It never fails. It always happens that way. But what is cool is that we know that it is shipping. It's starting to ship first batch. So that's great to see collectors starting to get these in hand.
Oh yeah.
Alan, this is one that's been on my list because I'm getting 3.
Yeah.
I'm getting 3.
I'll tell you what. Go back to those. I mean, all we have are those 4 picks.
Yeah.
But if you go back, one of them shows an up close of the skull that's laying on the base,
Right.
on the left-hand side of the base, and it's partially submerged in what looks like water with mud.
Right.
You can like see through it. Man, I can't wait, because you know what? This is going to look amazing next to Jungle Hunter.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I do have the actual picture time one pulled up as well. So let me pull that up because we got, because this is one that I really, really wanted. I just wasn't sure about it because of the what bothered me is that I was talking about in our chat today is he didn't have a whole lot of weapons with him. That's what kind of bothered me a little bit.
Yeah.
But he didn't have a lot of weapons in the film either. So
nope, he just had that one big slicer.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what he had, and there he is right there.
And of course his shoulder cannon, stuff like that.
Right. And there's the broken mask bonus part, and then there's the skulls on the base. That looks pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah,
but man,
even these pictures, the lighting and stuff isn't as good as what I looked at in the video that I saw.
Sure.
Where they had all the
many
lights
portraits on. You get like 3 or 4. Two.
There's 2, I think 2.
Okay.
Yeah. There's the open mouth, and then the really
helmet.
Cool skull. Yeah, that skull helmet is just very impressive. But man, it looks awesome. You can see his eye. I didn't know that. Look at that. LEDs on. You can see his eye through there.
That's cool.
That's something new. I haven't seen that before. But you can get a good idea what it looks like, and I think the unmasked portrait is really good too. I really do. That looks amazing. This one may. This one's like
40 inches tall. I mean, it's
God dang.
This is bigger than Jungle Hunter.
Wow, man. I don't know. Look at that paint job. That's awesome.
I think the paint job, when you see this in real life, in person, all the red markings on his body, on his skull, on his head, that's just, even on his dreads, and they don't really show it in these pictures, but tips of his dreads are all red as well.
And then there's some greens, it looks like, on his skin too. Some greens,
I noticed that. Oh, there you go. You can kind of tell.
Yeah, these pictures don't do it justice at all.
Yeah, this piece is fantastic. I really love it. Is it coming home? I'm not sure yet. I want to see what else Primal's going to do before I make. Here's a great picture right here.
Yeah, he's taller.
It's taller. Yeah,
he's taller. He's taller, but that looks really good. Looks really good to see them together like that. Alan, I know you're getting this one. Matt, is this one coming home?
I think for me, this is a maybe, but I would rather have, if you said, hey, Matt, you got to pick, I want City Hunter first. I would like City Hunter first. After Alan, was talking to me about it and all that jazz, I want City Hunter first.
Yeah, I mean, Alan has them displayed. I mean, it blew my mind. It just looked so great how he has it set up. But the City Hunter, if you get the ultimate, it has the skulls with it. But I love the net gun the City Hunter has. I love the spear. He's got a ton of weapons.
He's got a ton of weapons. The spear, the boomerang, and then, like you said, I saw the net gun. So he's got a ton of weapons. Yeah,
I don't know. There's so many great ones, and it's really hard to choose. I mean, it really, really is. But congratulations to that collector. Probably one of the first ones to pick that up in the U.S. that I know of. I haven't seen anybody else picking that up quite yet.
Is he in the U.S. or is he an Asian collector?
You know what?
I think he's Asian.
It probably is.
See something real quick. Let me see if I got it here.
I'm pretty sure.
It probably is. I wasn't sure about it, but I think it is. I think you're right. I think about it. Let me bring this up real quick because I do want to get Freddie's thoughts about this and Alan's as well.
I'm waiting for a certain statue company to reveal their Predator statue.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
PCS.
Let me guys show you this this cover. It's a Predator cover.
Okay.
That my friends over at Capture Collectibles did with artist Rudy Ao. but you can see.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
that's really awesome.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah,
Very cool.
they only did they sold out, of course, but they only did only 150 of them. So,
Did you get all of us
Nice.
one too?
I got 4 of them. So whoever wants them. So yeah. So,
Nice.
but yeah, how they did the embossed, boom, and then the laser.
Yeah,
That's great work.
super cool.
I'll Zell you the money or PayPal the money to you.
Yeah, and I'll send to you. With respect, like I said, I got 4 of them, so they were $40 a piece. So just PayPal me $40 and I'll send it to you.
There you go.
Comes, I saw these and I was like, I need 4 of them. And he was like, all right, man, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Type thing like that. But it comes with a COA, type thing like that. But,
Oh, that's so cool.
Matt, I sent you a picture of that. I think it wasn't Mondo. It was another poster where it had Schwarzenegger with a spear tip.
Yeah.
The Predator in the background. I thought that was an amazing
piece.
print.
Yes.
But I could only find the green variant. I could not find any of the other ones. I almost bought it regardless, but I wanted the gray one because it looked like it was at nighttime. So it reminded me of. I didn't pick it up, but I damn near did. Anyways. All right, Freddie, lay it on us, man. Why should we buy this, man? Because I was talking with Matt today, and I was talking with last week with Battle Cat a little bit too, and Alan.
Yeah.
This is a great piece, but there's so many options for it. But I think Matt was talking and got me thinking is putting this with having it with the bell bust. So I was like, so I thought about that. I was like, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing. But all right, Freddie, you own a lot of JazzInc pieces. Talk to me. I think you said this was coming home. But what do you think?
My only wish is that they didn't reveal this until next year. Give me some time.
I hear you.
What, do we have a release date or a scheduled window, or have they said that yet, or no?
They did said that what was the date? The pre-orders is opening up soon.
Like this Friday is pre-orders.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this Friday. Yep.
Yeah,
No.
I don't. Yeah, is there a release date? I don't think he said a release date, but it's usually about 12 months usually.
Okay.
Around the 12-ish months they usually
That's
do
fine.
their stuff. But yeah, so I think everybody voted on, for the most part, the majority, which is this is going to be 25% diecast.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of 100% diecast, because then the price would go up to the 2,000 plus range.
Freddie, I was wanting that full diecast one.
I know you do. The elites want that, but there's us who would like to have 2. Don't want all that diecast because then I'd only really be able to get 1. And he also said, Yost, he said that if it's 25% diecast, then he can focus on getting the details with the interior correct and just little bells and whistles, for the interior design.
Yeah.
The money will go into that. As opposed if you did diecast, then it would pull back on just some of the interior. What does that mean? I don't necessarily know. Whether it's give it carpet or not, I don't know. But he did say if you do 25%, they can focus on adding the little extra stuff, whether it's the sounds and the small, I don't know, all the bells and whistles. So
yeah, that'd be cool.
I prefer that. 25% diecast is pretty good. I'm not complaining. And like Alan, this has been 3D scanned from the actual. So which is what I'm hyped about. So this is going to be as detailed as can be. Someone like me can't afford a $3 million tumbler in real life. So having a 1/6 representation is pretty cool. They have this, and I don't know if you can go to another picture or if there's a next, but they're doing a camo version.
I see it,
of this as well. That's my number one. I really want the camo version. So I will be putting down on that first. That would also be one vehicle, but it will have an option for a conversion pack, so you can actually switch between two modes from the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight Rises, no, there's two modes from Dark Knight Rises. Basically the with the turrets, the guns, you can add that on with the weapons and stuff like that, and I think that's also included with the 1400 price. So I'm excited for that because what JazzInc did with previous vehicles, you would buy one version, like I think it was with the Justice Mobile. You there was two separate vehicles for the 1.6 version, and you'd have to buy either that or the other one. So I'm excited that he's just doing one and you're able to convert it. So I'm excited for that. So I really do want this. So I'm gonna pose it with my Bane hot toy, put them on top. But I'm getting both, and I know Alan is getting both as well.
No. Just good.
You've got Alan beat on this one. You're getting both. Yeah.
This is 24 inches long, I believe they said.
I think
32 inches, 33 inches long. 32, yeah, and 18 and a half inches wide. That's a typo. The 23 inches is 83 centimeters is actually about 33 inches, which is about 4 or 5 inches taller than the actual Hot Toys tumbler. Which Hot Toys always shrinks theirs down a little bit. They're not really too accurate in size. So,
right.
I'm excited for this a lot. I'm excited for this. So,
this is going to be a great one. Matt, are you picking this up?
I was talking to Alan about it today. I called Alan. I said, is it really worth the hype that JazzInc? I said, I love the pics I see of the 89 Batwing. He's like, I've got that one. And I was like, well, Alan, da-da-da. So I think I'm going to, PO this one. So,
and the painting will be correct on both of these.
Oh, yes.
So they're going to actually do the painting actually how it is in the actual design. So when you put them lights on and you shine it like Alan with the spotlights, it's going to pop in that light. That's what I want.
Well, I was talking to Alan about this, Freddie, how they said we're painting it 3 layers, and they said, look, it's not going to be perfect. They said it's going to have weathering and everything. And once they told me that, like I was telling Alan, I said, once you said, oh, we're going to have the weathering, it's not going to be like just a shiny, hey, tumbler, that type thing, pristine. It's going to be weathered and stuff. Right. So that's what really got me to, type thing.
Because what I want on my vehicles, I want an actual scale model, right? I don't want a toy. Yeah, it's nice to have like a toy representation of camp, but no, not this in Hot Toys. Hot Toys does really good with the vehicles. But I actually want like a model, like a true model replicated not 1-to-1, but it's a 1/6, 1/3 of even too big. 1/6 is perfect. You can fit them in some cases. So I want that perfect, scale down, actual model replica. So that's what I'm excited for. So I'll definitely be getting the camo. I want to push to get 2, but if I don't get 2, I'm definitely in for the camo.
This is a great one. Mr. Kiefer, is this coming home for you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be on my computer at 12 noon on Friday.
Me too. And I'm gonna call Alan at 12:05 saying, hey, did you get it secured? Did you get it, Freddie? Did you get it secured?
I'm secure.
There's 3 of us on the panel, and our friend Alex is getting one as well.
Yep, Alex is getting one too.
Alex might get both, man. No, I don't know.
Right.
Wait a second. I thought Alex was done.
Yeah, that's right. He said he was done collecting.
He's done. Okay, I'm just checking.
He loves vehicles, man. He loves vehicles now.
Yeah,
I love Battle Cat. He's my boy. I listen, Alan. I really love this. I just don't know how it would display this well in my collection. Like how I would set it up.
Like you say, you buy now and you worry about displaying it later.
Yep.
Yeah, well, what Alan do? There you go.
A new saying: buy now, display later.
Yeah.
Instead of buy now, pay later. Buy now, display later.
We need to make a Godlike shirt out of that. So
these can actually fit on muscle racks too. So when you get the Moducases, just the muscle racks you have, you just find a spot for it, and it'll be basically a garage setup. Just put it on the muscle racks. Line them up.
Anyways, you know what? They could go Hmm. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I've got too many statues, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, this is a great piece. Congrats to whoever's picking this up. I think it's fantastic. I the more I look at it, the more I love it. It's just great. I mean, it really is. Alan, I was going to get your feedback because they did post this week, and I think we both talked about it. We just, we haven't seen a whole lot yet, so we're just kind of going by, what they're showing right now. This was finally shown by PCS, and you can get a good look at it of the actual, all the switch outs, the actual characters close up. You can kind of get a really good feel of what it looks like. But
well, this is okay. The scale of it, now I'm kind of wondering about the scale because they said quarter scale,
but
I think they said it's 24 inches tall.
What?
So that can't be right because then it would make it more like a fifth scale.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering about what they're saying about the size of this thing.
Oh, that looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool, actually.
So I guess we'll wait and see. That might have been a misprint, but
maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, the jury is still out.
Okay. I mean, what do you think of the sculpt now that you can see all the pictures, the 3D rendering? Like, you can kind of get a good idea, what this piece looks like. There she is, half naked, but
he's more than half naked.
Yeah.
Damn near naked.
Yeah. So with I mean, it's better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, just kind of like, I think the base is what I don't like as much. Here we go.
I'm trying to figure out what that severed. I know the head was severed, but then it looks like, I don't know if it's sinking into mud or what exactly is going on with the base. I don't like the fact that whatever the creature or whatever it is sinking into is the same basic color as the flesh tone. So it tends to look kind of muddied up.
And you know what? I have to say this is that I think they need to be very careful as to on this paint job, Alan, because the paint job could make or break any statue, but this one in particular, especially with the base and how things are laid out, if the paint job isn't done correctly, it may affect it.
If that's a quarter scale Conan, and the whole piece to the top of the girl's head is 24.5 inches, he's not that big.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
So I don't know. It seems like it needs to be a larger piece to be a quarter scale Conan, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, this is one that I think they have to be very careful with. And what I mean by that is the paint on this, because you're right, the paint kind of blends into the base of the actual, severed character versus.
A couple pictures back, it showed a close up of the body sinking into there. Oh, back one. Yeah. I don't know what that is. It just doesn't. It doesn't look real.
Yeah, and I'm assuming the severed hand is the one he's holding in his hand as a switch out.
Yeah.
And I think that I think the paint needs to be looked at with the sand, and because it doesn't look like sand to me. Is it just me?
I'm not sure.
It looks like a liquid. It looks like a
liquid. Yes. That's. I mean,
I didn't think it was sand until you said something. I was like, it looks like a liquid.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's for me. It's just not working.
Yeah. I think some of the sculpts with Conan and her are great. I think that the base needs to be looked at closely. I think if they repair that, I think that they'll have a winner on their hands. I think they will. But yeah, the concept art showed him walking. I think not on top of someone like this that's severed. But I can understand why they did that, because you don't want to have that walking look or whatnot. But and he didn't have a weapon in his hand, I don't believe either. Maybe he did. I don't remember. But
yeah, I think there's
it looks great.
There's
sculpts.
a bloody axe, I believe, that comes with this as well.
There is. Yeah, there's the severed head. There it is right there.
Yeah.
It looks great. I mean,
The axe looks the best to me. The axe.
yeah, I like it.
It does.
I like it. I really like it. This is a great piece, man. I think that if they look at the bass closely and do a little bit of changes, I think it'd be even better, Alan. But this is one that's not coming home for me. But if you are interested in this one, congrats. But this is not one. This one isn't coming.
No, that Conan does not look like a quarter scale. I mean, Conan is a big character,
Right.
so when you scale up, I don't know. It just he looks too small. The figures, they just look too small for quarter scale.
He was saying no, the concept art is like this. He's just standing here. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the concept art is a little bit similar. Does anybody here read the comics for Conan?
No,
I have not. I have not. But I mean, it's. I mean, I think that when I'm looking at this piece, I think that when something translates from a comic to a statue,
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to take some different things into consideration. You know, because some people want it exactly like the comic, which I understand, but sometimes that doesn't work always. So you have to make some adjustments to make it look to where it's more presentable. So again, congrats to whoever's picking this up. I think it could use some work, but I think that it's still a great sculpt. So I would like to see a little bit more from them, PCS, and maybe
I think they need to scale it up.
make it bigger, right?
Yeah.
When I first saw the statue, I didn't know what he was standing on, and that was a problem to me. At first glance, when I saw it, I had to think and look, like and then quince a little bit. What is he stand? And then I realized, oh, that's a body. If I had to do that, I felt that was a problem.
If you got to think about it, then
Yeah, and so I don't know if it needs more detailing or the body needs to be shaped a little bit more for the base. That was my only problem, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it had a couple of little things, but my big problem was the base. If they could somewhat fix the body on the base or do the painting good enough where you can kind of differentiate and it looks like a human body, like I think that would be that would be beneficial.
I saw Joshua has this comic concepts already.
Here we go.
Hey, calm down. I don't want to say it's in my cart, but it is. So I've literally struggled with this for like 2 weeks already. But I keep giving myself reasons not to buy it, but then I'm going to bed even because I know I gotta get up at 4:30 in the morning. But I'm still thinking about, man, where can I put that at? How's that going to work? And I'm thinking about like where's that going to go? That's what statue collectors do.
It's only a harder decision because you're not really a bust collector, so I could see how you would struggle with this.
Right below the belt. Right below the belt. So that, Matt, are you getting this for your son? I was wondering about that.
I've kind of hinted to the wife, like, hey, it's on, and she hasn't still gave me the go yet. So she's probably still pissed off at him. So she's like, so I'm like, nope.
Man, this is a great one. So I'll have to put this on the maybe list, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me see.
Do it live, baby.
Do it live. Okay, I'll tell you what. If I do end up getting this, we will do it live, but it's not going to be tonight. We just, but man, I love everything about it. I think it's a great statue, and it's on the maybe list for sure. One of the biggest supporters has arrived. Great to see you, sir. Thank you, Knights. Thank you for being here. Jimmy's maybe list. I have a video coming up. It's on deck. It's going to be statues that I want that I don't have quite yet, and this is probably going to be on there. What a great piece! I think I got one more on deck here. Let me see here. And they brought this to my attention this week. And Alan, I was like, man, are you serious? So let me bring this up real quick. This has been long sold out, and it's still up. And it came up for pre-order. Someone pointed this out. I think it was Dion pointed it out to me that you can pick this one up on Sideshow. T800 Battle Damage version.
Oh,
And
Freddie.
Freddie.
This is a Freddie piece.
Oh my gosh! Wait, hold up. What? Wait, what?
You wasn't
Is
even
it-
paying attention until.
Is it? Nah, I was trying to answer the chat. Is this back in stock or is this new? Like, what is it?
No,
It's
back
apparently
in stock?
back in
Yeah.
stock.
Oh my gosh, this is a setup, man.
Hey, man. This is a deluxe bonus version, Freddie. It's not the Cyberdyne, but it is the final
It's-
battle version
it's
with
the
the.
one-
I like
This
I
is
like
the one
them all.
Freddie wanted. The
Oh,
final
it
battle.
is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I'm gonna say I'm safe for this. I was gonna get the whole line if I didn't get the bust. So,
Okay.
I think I'm good with the only thing that now I'm considering. I think I had told you is the T1000. That's the only one right now
Yeah.
that I'm considering. I think that's still in stock. I think.
So,
Maybe
you mean
not.
the Endo?
Hmm?
The endoskeleton one, or the
No, the T1000, the villain.
T1000.
the villain? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the only one because I know the bust doesn't really have anything to represent the villain on it, and I was looking to get that.
So the whole line is sold out, and when this came up, I was like, "What? Are you kidding me?"
It's a great line, man.
So yeah, the whole line is sold out, and I have all of them on order except for T1000. I have all. Oh, and
Wait, you still have? I thought you didn't do it because you got the bust.
No,
No?
they're coming. They're going to go right beside the bust. They're right beside it.
I'm
Well,
happy for you and jealous at the same time.
Yeah.
What's the T1000? What's the switch outs look like on it?
He has the pointed finger
The pointed,
and
yeah.
and the really cool switch out head where he's got the hole in his eye.
Yeah, I love
Ooh,
that.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I think you could put the attachments on him for the bullet holes as well.
For the bullet holes, like boom,
Yeah.
boom. Yeah.
Yeah, wherever
That's
you want.
awesome.
That is super cool. I almost bought that one, Freddie, but I wanted the Cyberdyne. I had to choose between
Yeah.
the Cyberdyne, Terminator, or him, and I was like, damn.
Because you got the rooted hair, right?
I did.
Yeah.
That's
I got
what
it too, Freddie. My wait
Yeah.
list converted.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I was like, hey, what do I do? They were like, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Me too, Freddie.
oh my gosh, all of you?
Freddie,
Jeez,
come
y'all
on,
leaving me in the
Freddie.
dust.
Oh,
You gotta get the
you know,
battle
Brian
damage
got
to
it
be
too.
different. You got to get the battle damage to be different.
It's okay. I'm getting 2 tumblers, so I'm all right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Two tumblers. That's definitely the way to go. But this is I mean, if someone's interested, go.
Yeah.
When this
Oh, yeah.
launches, there won't be any left.
No.
Wait, the eyes light up for this one, yes?
Yep.
Yeah,
Eyes
on
light
that.
up. Yep.
Yeah.
That one's like super cool. Like, but man, if you plan on getting that one, congratulations. It looks fantastic. Let me bring this up because this is the last piece right here. This one here, this collector built this pedestal for this. And when I saw this, I'm like, man, you know what this screams, Alan? Vision. Like Vision would do something like this, like your Vision. And I thought it was just amazing. But he built this Dragon Ball Z pedestal for this bust.
Wow.
And I thought it was awesome. I was
Wow.
like, man,
That's
this
a
is
big
super
bust.
cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, those pieces are enormous.
Yeah, it
They're
is.
so big.
Big.
But
Yeah.
to see it on a bus, I mean, to see it on a stand like that, and it just blew my mind.
That's how you do it, man.
Yeah, Vision. This is something Vision would do, and how he would put it together like this, and it just looked great.
Yeah.
If you don't know your Vision, he has an amazing collection, but he also engineered that stuff himself, which makes it even more special. So, super cool piece. This is a great statue, and it looks great with all that together.
Yeah.
We definitely went a little bit longer today. We have the live unboxing of Sideshow's Vader Mythos, which I cannot wait. I'm pretty jealous, Matt. I really want that, but I can't wait
Yeah,
to
it's
see
gonna
that.
be cool.
It's going to be a cool unboxing, most likely Wednesday. Brian from Moducases will be joining us very soon. Thank you all for joining us. I will see you in the chat and on the panel. Until then, stay godlike. I'll see you next time.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
See you guys.